Tested, 1, 2, tested, 1, 2. Can you hear me? I'm not going to leave. I'm going to just clean the camera. I promise myself I'm going to be totally professional today. What up with y'all? How y'all doing? Anybody going to come in and speak to me? How everybody doing? I ain't been on in a while. I figured it's time I come on and speak to y'all. It's been a minute. Y'all see what I've been doing. Your boy been on this workout. We're going to see if a couple of people step in before I start talking about do it yourself. Come on in. I know they gave you the notifications already. It's about 9,000 of you. So what's up? Y'all gonna holler at your boy or what? Oh, I left my tea. How come every time I get up, somebody pop and then they pop back out? What's going on? It's your boy. How y'all doing? What's going on? Today we're talking about doing it yourself. About putting in that work. Yeah. Everybody out here talking about all you got to do is put your music on the internet, put your product on the internet, and you're good. You don't got to worry about nothing else after that. It's not the truth. Don't believe what they tell you. Don't believe it. Fact of the matter is you got to do it yourself. Because like you probably heard before, nobody's going to do it for you. Like working out, nobody going to put muscles on your body. Taking care of yourself, nobody's going to do that. You have to do it yourself. So what makes you think that anything else in this life that's worth having, you don't have to do it yourself? You got to go to school and go to graduate in order to get degrees and move on to college, right? And who gave you that? Nobody. The teachers may have graded your tests and your homework, but at the end of the day, you had to learn in order to pass and take those tests and run the course. You had to get up every morning. You had to apply yourself. You had to do what you had to do. So what is the difference right now in doing it yourself? Nothing is free. Remember that. You have to pay for it. And when I say that, I mean write it, draw it, produce it, play in it. At this point of the game, there's no punches being pulled because of what we have readily available to us. Since we have all this technology, we are now looked at like robots. If we're giving you the platform to put your product out, why don't you have the product? That's basically what they're saying. And in every aspect, you have to have your product ready. My personal, 1, 2, I'm going to tell y'all is I think that you should just make sure that you've got an LLC. If you got any proprietary information, you might want a patent. because people will try to steal your information as well as your company ideas. And just make sure you got all your legal stuff taken care of. Real talk. Yeah, I mean, like I said before, write it, draw it, produce it, play in it, make the beat, write the song. Join CD Baby, get all the big connections. You know what I'm saying? Join Bandcamp. If it's music, join certain websites and certain connections to get your music out there. You do not have to sign to like a title or wait for a big record label to come pick you up. You don't have to do that. Go to cdbaby.com, put your song up. You may have to pay like what, $30, and that's for a single. I think it's about 50 or 60 to put an album up. And then the cool thing about that is you automatically go up on CD Baby is available. And then you start going to the other websites and the other share file connections like iTunes. You still get Tidal. You still get Napster. You still get Spotify. You still get all of this distribution opportunities once you find a home base. And you can do that. You can do that through CD Baby. You don't have to go through a major label in order to get signed or get your music out. My music is all over the world right now. I don't get a gang of bread, but I get decent money off of my music. Every week I see some decent paper. It's not necessarily that I'm doing it in New York, but my fan base is, I have some fans over in, I was tripping, like over in Afghanistan and over in like Dubai, all over. It's like people just showing love. And you never know where you're going to hit. That's why you have to put your music out on certain platforms. And then you go into the back office and look at the demographics and the areas that your music is appealing. You might be the hottest thing in Uruguay. You might be the hottest thing in Italy. So to make a long story short, don't limit putting your music out, because you might not be hot in your town. You might be hot somewhere else, or 10 other somewhere else's. Forget about your town. What up, Gail? What's poppin', homie? I see you over there. Over here spilling the beans and bringing some good information to the music artists and certain people about when you trying to get something out there and develop a product. Don't always wait for a major to put you on. Atlantic might not come knocking at the door. Universal might not be interested in a 35-year-old rapper from the Bronx. Might not be. So what you got to do is you got to make yourself hot. Put your music out there. Put it in certain places. But don't listen to these people where they say, oh, as long as there's so many platforms, it's easy to get big now because of the internet. That's not true. Old Town Road would not have gotten as big as it did had he not been on the major, and had it not had like maybe a $3 million promo budget and a radio budget behind it. So don't let these people lie to you and have you thinking that just because you're on the internet that you're going to get on and get famous. It's not the case, and it's not always true. Now, another point I wanted to make. Let's say you do it yourself. You got the song. There's certain things that you have to do now that you have the song. Let's say you did a dirty version where you were cursing a lot. Get that same producer, that same person that's in the engineer booth. Get them to get you a clean version made. You already paid them. So get the clean version made. Now you can send that to all the DJs on the radio. So when they make the excuse like, oh, I heard all the curses, so I don't know if we're going to put that on the radio. But I sent you guys the clean version. I also sent you the dirty version just in case you want to play it at a club or a party or something like that. But you, again, have to have your product ready in order to do something like that. If you're not ready and available with your product for them to put it where it needs to be, They're not going to wait for you or edit it for you. I mean, if your song automatically goes overnight success, you might have some DJs in there that don't mind doing a couple of spin backs over some curses or whatever like that because they want it on their rotation. But at the end of the day, that's not the case. Most of the time, artist is ready with the music the way that it needs to be pushed. Every song that I have, I got the dirty version, I have the clean version, and I also have the TV track. But we'll get into that another time. Remind me to tell y'all what the TV track is. And think about what I just explained to you in every chapter. Let's say you shoot the video. You know you're going to need a little snippet for Instagram or a snippet for YouTube or snippets to send out. Get the same director or editor to do all of that. Yeah, use the people that you already have, that you already dealing with, and hey, you already paying them, but make sure you covering all aspects. This is what's done when you pay for music, that people don't understand what needs to be done behind the scenes. It's not just, oh, I'm going to go find a beat on YouTube, I'm going to write a song and I'm going to put it out. Nope. Because that producer on YouTube probably already sold that beat, or he sold it to 500 other people at $20 a piece, and there's nowhere in the world he's going to sell it to you for 500. He's going to probably sell it to you for like 10,000 or 5,000 if you're trying to get that beat exclusive, because producers are now getting their numbers by selling certain beats to a multitude of artists. As much as that song, that beat is played, that producer still gets his credit. He owns the beat. Y'all think that when y'all jump on a producer song and y'all riding it out that y'all making the money? No. Producers get credit because their beats are published. That's why if you look at the fine print of those contracts that you sign up for when you buy a beat for like $30 or $40, there's a limit on how many plays that you can get and how many placements that you can put that song in. You don't own that beat outright. So if your song automatically does 1 million or 2 million views overnight, guess what? That doesn't mean that you're going to get famous, because just that beat alone can hinder the entire project, because the producer won't sell you the beat. You don't care how big your song is going, it's still getting him the plays because, again, he owns the production of that song. So now give me $10,000 and I'll give it to you exclusive. Now you got to come up with $10,000. So what you really need to do is find some in-house producers or some people that's already making it happen when it comes down to beats. Make your own. Now that's free and clear. Then you write the song. And you publish the song. Then you put the song out in the right areas like I spoke to you about, in all of the digital scopes. But at the same time, you have to make sure that your website and your social networks are matching up. Everything that's going to hit in sync. We don't have no record labels no more. We're doing this stuff ourselves now, right? We're talking about doing it yourself, right? So now you have to work like every chamber and every chapter of the record label. Music, production, clearances, marketing, sales. That's you now. Independent. It's the game. So again, when they talking all this, oh, the internet, you're going to get famous. Oh yeah, my last singles, I spent over $7,500 just to get a flutter. And that was one of the biggest songs I ever did. It's called Get Up Off Me. Remix is done with Project Pat. A lot of people know about it. Had to pay for the promo, pay for the Instagram, paid for the publicist, Nancy Byron, who was also UGK's publicist. Why don't you get the right? You got to get the right publicist to promote the project and get it into all of the blogs or get it into all the relative areas that you're trying to get to. That's why that song was one of the biggest songs that I ever did, because I launched it correctly and everything hit and got out the right way. Video did phenomenal. 1 million views on World Star. bunch of views on YouTube. Everything was supportive, and everything is fine now, and I'm established now with Boogottinyc, and that's what I'm doing. So now I'm just continuing to move forward, gaining momentum, putting more projects out. Yeah, you guys are looking at me like, yo, where the next project at? But again, think about all the money that I'm spending on making these projects. That beat wasn't free for Get Up Off Me. It wasn't free for me to fly to Atlanta to do the video, or to pay the director, or to pay the models that were in the video, or the hotel, or the flight, or the week out there. You have to think about all of this stuff. Well over $7,000 or $8,000, and that's just in the production of that joint. When I finished it all off, probably was like 10. And I felt it in my pockets, but I also felt it in the streets, and I heard it from the fans and people that all over the world that was telling me that they loved that song. And it's out, and it's mine, and it's hot, and at the end of the day, I always have it, and I still make money off of it every month. So it's worth it. Now keep doing that. Wash, rinse, repeat. Wash, rinse, repeat. If it was a book, same thing. Write the book, pay an illustrator, get somebody to edit for you. You know, put it up on Amazon.com. You can't just let it sit there. Now you got to make little promo videos and put them on Instagram with a link to send them back to Amazon.com to buy the book. And then stuff like this that I'm telling you guys is sponsored by Street Smarts, How to Survive in the Hood, by the way. A lot of this information that I'm telling you guys is available in my book, Street Smarts, How to Survive in the Hood. Available now, Amazon.com for $4.99. 396 pages of information from marijuana laws by state by state, the laws, drug laws, 99-cent stores, what to buy from a 99-cent store, how to roll a blunt, how to wash your sneakers, how to survive off of $10, potluck, the welfare system, emergency benefits, how to get your light bill and certain things like that paid. This book is called Street Smarts, How to Survive in the Hood. And it's something that I actually live by. Don't walk the same way twice. Anybody ever say that to you? I bet you never heard that one before in your life. I know that one because I used to always get attempts on me, and people would like to jump me a lot because I was always athletically built, and they were jealous. When I was a young dude, I was a cutie, and girls used to always be all over me, and I was a bad little short dude that used to always get in trouble. Guys used to always want to jump me. So when you're that guy, you got to learn fast. And I learned in the hood where people weren't living long. So my jewels meant something because I'm still here and they worked. That's why the information that I'm giving you is pertinent. Never walk the same way twice. I'm going to give you a perfect example. If you walk this way and you go up the block and you go to the store, or you go to do something, and there's a lot of people in your block, and you got that type of block, now they know that nobody's home and they can go in there and try to get at your crib. Or if somebody's casing you or watching you, all they got to do is wait for you to walk back that way and they got you. I'm serious, man. It's common sense. And what I've learned in this world is that common sense is not so common. For instance, you might live in a place where there's a lot of houses. That means your car's in a parking lot, in a garage somewhere. So certain things aren't going to apply. So that's why I say if you ever find yourself in the hood, but if you're walking in the Bronx on 178th Street and Davidson Avenue, and it's nighttime and nobody's out there, and you feel somebody following you, now they're chasing you. Now they took out something and they're talking about robbing you. It's not a gun, but it's like a knife or something. What's the smartest thing to do? A, fight them. B, run. C, scream real loud and kick every car that's in next to you. D, give them all your money. I'm going with C because let me tell you something. I don't care if I'm asleep. I know my horn. I know my alarm. So I'm gonna kick the cars. I'm not gonna dent them. I'm gonna move all the cars and shake them up so all them alarms come on and everybody starts sticking their head out the window. So now, if you're gonna do something to me, everybody see you doing it. And anybody with common sense know better than to do that. Because the only reason they're out there in the first place is to try to take advantage of the night and the fact that nobody's around and nobody is watching. So just to have one person as the victim and get away, they're fine with that. But once you start shaking cars and making alarms go off and people start sticking their head out the window talking about, get the hell away from my car, next thing is they're going to call the police, right? So yeah, that person ain't going to mess with you when you start doing stupid stuff like that. So sometimes you got to outdo the fool, outdo the robber with your brain and with your mind. This ain't going to work in every instance. So you have to apply certain knowledge and common certain facts and know what you got to do to survive in the hood. Copping in the hood. Let's say you want to buy a bag of weed from somebody. Do you just walk straight up to them and give them the money and walk away? That ain't how you do it. You read Street Smarts, How to Survive in the Hood. You might be able to get that sack and get away with it too, even if the police is in the vicinity. Because it's not just up to the person that's receiving. Because the receiver is the one that got to worry about getting home. In certain neighborhoods that I'm from, the police will let the dealer hustle just to bag everybody that's copping. Because you get more off of bagging everybody that's copping, put them all in the van, let him work all day. Now you got all these people with all the work that he's selling. And then you get him later for all the sales that he did. That's how New York is. The hood, that's how the hood is. So you got to know how to survive in certain places and certain elements of the hood. And it applies to hoods everywhere. Gangs in New York. There's a lot of gangs in New York. There's so many gangs that I didn't even know all of the names as well, bro. And that's the truth. I didn't even know there were so many gangs. Like the Trinitarios, the guys that murdered the Hispanic brother up in Washington Heights in the Bronx. The Trinitarios, I never heard about them before. But once they start making noise, they get their name out there, boom, next thing you know, it's an issue. Or it could be a crew of guys that got together and just started selling drugs and they just started making money and they calling themselves something. Y'all know how we go. Y'all seen Cash Money, CMB. You know what I'm saying? CMB, my brother's keeper. You know what I'm saying? They start making money. They start clicking up. Everybody make a name for each other. All right, but I want to get back to a little more of this stuff because, yes, Street Smarts, How to Survive in the Hood is available. There are over 26 chapters. There's 396 pages. There's information on criminal laws for every single state. If you want to know how much jail time you're going to get for doing a crime in your state, it's in the book. I look at it like this. If a person, you always wind up doing a crime, but you never know what that crime could lead you up into. So I look at it like this. I think if people have the chance to know what they're about to do, they might not do it. So this is an educational deterrent as well. You know, because like, let's say for instance, selling drugs next to a school zone, 1,000 feet. You know, you can get up to like 20 years for that. Just for having one thing of whatever on you by being in a school zone. Like, it's not a game. And then these other crimes where these older guys are starting to really mess with these younger girls and traveling, and I'm taking them to Cancun and all these other different places. Well, that's not just traveling no more. They're calling that interstate trafficking. And you can get a lot of time for stuff like that. You see that millionaire just killed himself for doing all types of crazy stuff that he wasn't supposed to do, thinking he gonna take girls to the islands and, oh, I'm gonna take over here so nobody know. Once you get caught up, it's a wrap. Such a wrap that a millionaire knew that he was not gonna beat the charge and killed himself in a New York prison today. It's not a game. Life is real. So how are you planning on surviving it? So we're going to mix this. How to Survive in the Hood, the book, available at Amazon.com, $4.99. And we're going to finalize Do It Yourself and get rid of the myth of as long as you're on the internet, you're going to be famous. Now, we talked about when you get something done as far as a book or music, you ask the writer to add a write-up. You know what? You wrote that for me, so give me a little write-up or something about the book or the movie that I could send out to the PR people to give them an idea about what I'm doing. You might not be able to do it yourself, but since you've already paid that person, get them to do it. And not only that, but now that you have that clip or that write-up, you can send it directly to magazines. This is what you do at night when the other people are sleeping. You go online, you find the magazines and the websites that are relevant to what you're trying to do, and you send them your promo clip with a nice letter. And you send that clip like 2 or 3 times a week until they get it and respond to you. You do not stop because this is your grind and your hustle. YouTube, use AdWords. Get an AdWords account to promote your items. Show the site and ask the editor that does your videos or your YouTube movies or whatever you're trying to do, your short films, your shorts, to make a little clip to promote your show, your podcast, or whatever you have going on Instagram. Because Instagram is real cheap. You put those little clips up, those clips probably cost me maybe $10 or $30, but they'll run for like a whole 2 weeks. And then next thing you know, you get like 9 or 800 views. It's worth it. And I'm going to be 1,000 with y'all. All my views, I pay for some of them. But I pay YouTube, I pay Instagram, because they have it where ain't no such thing as, oh, these bots out here and you got somebody doing clicks for you. That's not in existence anymore. You know why? Secret. YouTube created their own bots. They figured if somebody else is going to put some bots in their computer and try to make it look like you got all these numbers, nope. We don't even support numbers from other websites. If you want to promote your video, they'll tell you, if you give me $20, we get you 1,500 plays. You give me $60, we get you 45,000 plays. YouTube is doing this themselves. It's not illegal, because what they're doing is they're putting you in front of an audience and they're promoting you to these different people in the line of what you do. If it's hip hop, if it's music, if it's whatever the genre is, you click it and that's what they pick. AdWords is very good. And the reason I wanted to really finally give them their props is because the other day I was saying to myself, I want to do this. I saw a dude the other day get money in his super chat. Somebody just clicked on it and sent him like $2. He had a lot more people come on and everybody was just sending him money and it was cool. I started counting. He's like, yo, thanks for the $3. Thanks for the $5. Thanks for the $7. Oh, that was nice. Thanks for the 20. I'm like, yo, that was almost like $100-something that dude just made off of his super chat in YouTube. But the thing about it is you got to have 1,000 viewers or more. I do. So I wasn't taking advantage of that before. So what I'm really telling you guys right now is the reason I didn't do it before is because I wasn't knowledgeable of it. And I wanted to also make sure when I did do it, that I had something to share with you. And that I was giving you something that I was deserving of making money off of. So that's why today I came with this one, do it yourself, and giving you guys the idea of how to really get your music out, as well as the information on the alternatives of how to go about doing stuff. Because everybody looks at stuff as like being so hard to do when it's really not. You have to use what is available to promote your items and your ideas. Use those platforms. I'm not that big on Instagram and on YouTube. My Facebook following is bigger for me. That doesn't mean that I'm going to ignore everybody on Facebook because I don't feel like that's an audience that I should pay attention to. No, I'm going to pay attention to the audience that's paying attention to me on whatever platform that is. Appreciate it and nurture it and water those flowers. And then hopefully they'll follow me somewhere else. See what Gail just said? It's easy to get in trouble, but it's hard as hell to get out of. We also have legal information in the book Street Smarts, How to Survive in the Hood. Got that monthly legal, so the month-to-month legal, where you can actually pay, maybe I think it's like $20 a month to have a lawyer just in case you get into something that's going to come and show up for you. It's worth it if you know you out there doing what you ain't supposed to be doing, or if you got a couple of cases already. It's not a bad idea. It's better than going for legal aid, because legal aid, those lawyers are so tired at the end of the day that they're bartering cases. I'm gonna let you get this one. Yeah, you can go ahead and give him as much time as you want, Judge. Just give me this next one, because you know what I'm saying, I got a paid one coming. Don't think it don't go like that. And don't think that some of those legal aid lawyers won't take some money from you. Just try to slide them $500 real quick. See if you don't beat that case if it's something small. Like, yo, for real, yeah. Slide that legal aid $500. He ain't gonna turn it down. He gonna take it, and you gonna probably beat that case too. It is what it is. We are living in the United States of America, man. We have Donald Trump as our president. Nothing is impossible. So I'm gonna leave y'all on that note. Whatever you got to promote, whatever you're trying to do, however you're trying to go for it, do it. You see I'm doing it, and I'm going to continue doing it until I can't anymore. From rap to acting to clothing to whatever I want to do, it's going down. Working on some new music right now, Boogottinyc. Just to let y'all know, we have a couple of acting roles coming up for myself. The EP is already done. I'm just picking certain songs that I'm putting on there and figuring out what I'm going to do with that. The songs and the music is crazy. I'm just finalizing on the payments to the producers. Got to send everything in to get mixed and mastered. Then I'm coming with the snippets and the videos and all of that. Got to get at my director, make sure that he's still with me. If not, find some new ones. But yeah, the ball don't stop. The ball don't stop because the game don't stop. It's your boy Boogottinyc, and like I always tell you, you could have went anywhere else, but the fact of the matter that you came here and came with me to chill with me, I appreciate that. So until the next time, take care of yourself, drink water, work out, take care of your skin. It's your boy, www.boogottinyc.com. First single that's going to be coming out. I ain't even doing the first single. I'm just dropping the whole EP because it's a body of work. When it starts at the beginning, you got to let that joint, the whole thing play. It's called City of God, and it's coming. I can give it to y'all in a week, but I want to make sure it's right, so I'm going to wait 2 weeks. It's your boy Boogottinyc. Been here with me. Thank you. Get him! Cheers.